Hello CA Foundation students, how are you all? Hope so you all are good and doing well at your home. And also you all are doing your studies very regularly guys. So Prachi Paliwal this side will teach you economics for CA Foundation for the session December 2021. And my classes have been started and they're live every day on YouTube at 11 a.m. on our channel CA Foundation English. And I'm also there on Unacademy's platform for taking free special classes every day at 3:30 p.m. sharp. So guys, please be there for attending the classes and studying the economics to crack the CA Foundation exams in first attempt. If you want to have the daily updates regarding the lectures of CA Foundation English channel, so you have to join our Telegram channel for having the updates of the live classes. And the link of the Telegram channel is given below in the description box. So for having the latest update, you have to join this. Okay. So I have also told you my schedule for the day. Okay, guys. So in this session, I'm going to tell you how to plan studies for economics and BCK for the session December 2021. I will tell you the whole of the study plan, how to plan it, how to perform it. So guys, your most awaited video is out. All of your queries regarding how to plan studies is solved in this video. So please watch this video till the end and it will be helpful guys. It will be very much helpful to you guys to plan your studies. As you are having 2 to 3 months to plan your studies from now for CA Foundation. Okay, and I am here to tell you how to plan studies for economics and BCK. So shall we start guys? Okay. So we will start with this. It's going to be hard, but hard does not mean impossible. Yes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but hard does not mean impossible. So we have to make impossible possible, guys. And for making that impossible possible, I'm taking this session to tell you how to plan studies. So nothing is impossible, guys. Okay. So we are here to plan studies for business economics and BCK for CA Foundation December 2021, guys. Okay. So as you all know, in CA Foundation, economics is divided into two parts. That is what business economics for 60 marks and BCK for 40 marks. And in business economics, we are having 5 chapters. And in BCK, we are having 6 chapters. So you have to plan studies according to this syllabus. You have to plan your studies according to these topics. As you are having 3 months, you have to plan it. Okay. And I'm also going to take one more video having the weightage of the chapters and important chapters. And I will let you know how to study that. But in this session, we are only going to see how to plan it, how to plan studies. So as you can see, 60 mark is for 5 chapters, that is what business economics, and 40 marks for BCK. And you have to plan according to it. For planning, you have to keep these 4 things in mind. And for planning, you have to keep these 4 important things in your mind. That is what the paper is objective. The first one is what your paper is objective. That means MCQ pattern paper. You are having 4 options and you have to pick the correct option and you will get the marks. Another thing which you have to consider is the paper is for 2 hours, guys. The objective paper is for 2 hours, not for 3 hours. So the objective paper is for 2 hours. That means you are having 120 minutes to solve 100 MCQs. So in 120 minutes, you have to solve 100 MCQs with reading the questions. Okay. And the most important thing which you have to remember is negative marking, guys. Yes, in CA Foundation, for objective papers, you are having negative marking of 0.25. For every one wrong answer, 0.25 will be deducted from your marks, the marks which you have gained. So these are the 4 things which you have to remember while planning the studies for BCK and economics, business economics. from this table, it is clear that business economics is for 60 marks. That means you have to study it more. And BCK is for 40 marks. As you can decide which is prior. As here you have to decide which is your priority. Business economics is your priority or BCK is your priority. At this time, you have to decide which is your priority and which you are able to understand more. And after that, when the exams will be near, I will tell you the weightage of the chapter and which chapter is more important and which you have to cover and which you have to study the more. But at this time, when you are planning your studies, so you have to study the whole of the subject. You cannot do that. I will study this and I will study this only. I will not study that. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You have to study the whole subject as you are having time now. So this is the time for regular studies. You have to study each and every sub topic. You have to study each and every word as you are having the time. This is the time for regular studies. So this is the session for regular studies, regular study planning. How you will plan your regular studies. And when you will plan your regular studies, you have to keep these four things in mind. As you have to score individually also in the subject, and for getting clear, there should be an aggregate score also. Okay, guys? So 40 marks in individually, 40 marks individually in each subject, but for having the aggregate, you have to score half of the total marks. Okay, so this is what the things which you have to keep in mind. Objective paper, 2 hours paper of economics, 100 MCQs and negative marking. As you will keep these things in your mind, then only you will be able to plan, as you know what you have to plan. Now, key elements for planning. So while planning for studies, you have to consider these key elements, and we will discuss these key elements one by one. So the key elements are seriousness, regularity, planning with time management, self notes, and MCQ practice. These are the key elements which you have to consider for planning your studies, guys. And believe me, if you will consider all these key elements, you will be able to crack your CA Foundation exam in first attempt, guys. Believe me, guys. It is that much easy if you will follow all these key elements. So first key element is your seriousness. Yes, guys. This is the most important thing which is needed. That is what seriousness. As some of you students are not serious regarding the studies, as you all are like 3 months are there, why to do study from now? I will study from November, I will study in November, I will study in October. Why to study CA Foundation? Just a simple thing. I will clear it like that only, as two paper are objective. Not that much easy, guys. Not that much easy. It is CA Foundation. You are entering into a professional course. That is what chartered accountant. You are going to be chartered accountant. So seriousness is needed from the day when you have entered into the course. As you have entered into the course, as you have enrolled for CA Foundation, that means you have entered to seriousness. The seriousness should be there for your studies from the first day itself, and it should be continued till the finals. As if you are not serious regarding the studies, you will be not able to crack it. And how you will inbuild seriousness in yourself. So for having seriousness in yourself, you have to do daily studies. Yes, every day you have to study each of the subject by dividing it. So daily studies you have to do by setting your goals. As your goal, as your target is that CA Chartered Accountant prefix before your name. That is what CA blah blah blah, whatever the name will be. So you have to set your target. You have to keep in front of you that you have to become a CA. Every day you have to think that CA this. If I will take the example, say Manish Modi. So you have to every day you have to keep in mind CA Manish Modi. I have to become CA Manish Modi. That is your goal. That is your target. Okay. So you have to set your goals and daily study. You have to set your goals for daily study also. Keeping in mind that you have to become a CA. So every day you have to set goals for your studies. You have to plan out. Next, focus and priorities. You have to focus on your priorities. You have to decide your priorities. Your priorities are your friends, your relatives, social gatherings, function, parties, or your studies. Or to become a CA is your priority. So you have to list up your priorities, guys. Next, learn to say no, guys. This is the most important thing which you have to learn to say no. This is required most by the youth as you are in your teenage. This is what like your friends are coming and say, let's go, hang out, let's have a party tonight, let's have a night out. But you have to say no. You have to say no to the weddings. You have to say no to the social gatherings. You have to say no to your friends. That is what, if you will learn to say no, you are one step ahead for becoming a CA. Then eliminate distractions. Whatever the distractions you are having, you know much better what are the distractions for you. So you have to eliminate that. That is, you will be know better. You must be knowing better what are the distractions for you. Mobile phones, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, TV, whatever the things. And you have to eliminate that. So seriousness is most important, guys. As to build seriousness in yourself, you have to do daily studies, set your goals, focus on your priorities, learn to say no, and eliminate distractions. Got it? As I have taken a quote here, push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you, as you are only the one who will perform for yourself. No one will going to do for you. So it is you who have to perform, okay? And you will only get the result for that. You will only get the reward for that. So the next key element is regularity. Yes, in studies, regularity is the most important thing which you have to consider, which you have to concern about. See, three things are important to win: happiness, hard working, and regularity. If you are having these three things with you, definitely you will get success in your life. Definitely you will become a CA in your life. So by Karan Gupta, it is all about what? Three things are important to win: happiness, hardworking, and regularity. Ma'am, why regularity? If you are planning studies like that, I will study only 2 days in week and rest of the 4 days I will enjoy, I will do to party and I will not do studies. This will not work, guys. Regularity is must. Every day, regularly you have to do these studies. Every day. For each and every subject, for each and every topic. As you all are attending classes, I know. So as you all are attending the classes, regularly you have to revise what you have learned in that class. As what you have learned in maths class, what you have learned in economics class, BCK class, or law class, whatever you have learned, you have to revise it regularly. If you will revise it regularly, it will decrease your burden at the time of exams. As you have revised it regularly, it is seated in your mind, so it will decrease your burden at the time of exams. As you will say that this I know, I have learned this because I have revised it regularly, and now at the time of exams only I have to do the revision, as I was very regular and particular towards my study. So it is all like I have learned all the things. Now I have to revise it only. So everyday revision, regularity in your schedule is very much needed, guys. So you should be very, very, very regular regarding your studies and regarding your timetable, regarding your schedule. Okay? Okay. This is the most important element. This is the most important element. And we are going to have a long discussion for this. planning with time management. What do you have to do here? Planning with time management. You have to plan your studies in such a way that you are getting the optimum, you are getting the maximum out of that. See, I will tell you how. I will tell you some of the my things how to plan studies, and then we will discuss from the slides also. Okay. So as you all are having, listen to me very carefully. What you have to do here, you have to do planning with time management. As time is the limitation, as you are having your exams in December. So according to the time, you have to plan your studies. That's why I'm saying planning with time management. So you have to plan studies with time management. So in planning, what you have to do? What, when, and how. This you have to do plan. What, when, and how. And this what, when, and how you have to plan according to the time which you are having. You are having, we can say September, October, and November, and some days of December also. So we will take only 3 months. And you are having 3 months for preparing for CA foundation, guys. So how you have to plan? Please listen to me carefully as I am talking about economics and BCK. As you are knowing, you have to plan for economics and BCK 5 and 6 chapters. Okay, that is what 11 chapters you have to plan in 3 months. You have to study it. So what you will do? You will divide that 11 chapters. Okay, in this 3 months, how you will cover it up? All the 11 chapters not in 3 months. What you have to do? You have to plan this like this. I will tell you. You have to plan one regular study and at least two revision. In this 3 months, you have to plan one regular study and at least two revisions. This can be more also. But according to me, I am telling you the standard plan. So in this 3 months, you have to plan one regular study and two revisions. And now you have to do the regular studies and you have to divide that 11 chapters for having the regular studies. In how many days you will complete all of the 11 chapters with regular studies? You have to divide it. Okay, regular studies means what? You are studying each and every word, each and every single word you are studying here, and every topic you are studying here. That is what all about your regular studies. Every topic for the first time when you are studying the things, you are studying it in detail from the module also, from the notes also, and from everywhere. So as you have given 1.5 month for your regular studies, so in that 1.5 month you have to divide all of your 11 chapters to be completed. As you have given your 1.5 month for the regular studies, so you have to make sure that you have to complete your all of the 11 chapters in that 1.5 month with regular studies. And as you have done with your regular studies in 1.5 month, then you have to plan for revisions. I am telling for economics as you can plan it for other subjects also. As you have to plan revisions for remaining period. 15 days revision, 20 days revision, repetitively. This is what how you will divide your time and your topics. This is what all about your planning with time management. As I have told you to divide the topics in that months, okay? So you will utilize it to do. And when you have divided the topics in the month for the month, as you have divided the topics for the month, and after the division for the month, you have to divide it for the day. How you will complete that topic in a day. As if you have to complete one chapter in 3 days. So you have to divide that one chapter in that 3 days. How much you will complete in one day, in the second day, and the third day. This is how you will break it out. This is how you have to break down these studies. Got it? So this is the planning with time management. This is the planning with time management. And this you can do it for all of the subjects. As you have to count the days, count the months. You have to plan it for one regular study and at least for 2 to 3 revisions. How the number of times you will repeat it will be more beneficial for you. And it will be like seated in your mind. and at the time of exams there will be no worries. This is the pattern which I consider to study, and I will suggest you also to do it. And when you are doing time management, so these are the skills which you have to follow while doing the time management. That is what prioritizing. You have to prioritize what are the important things which you have to cover, as you have divided regular, revision. You have to prioritize which chapter you will cover first, which you will cover it afterwards. That is what. And after prioritizing the things, you have to schedule it, when and how you will do that. And after scheduling, what you will do, keeping a to-do list. You have to make a list for every day. So you have to make a list for 3 months also, for every day also, and for your subjects also. You have to make a to-do list. I will complete it, I will complete this much in September. I will complete this much in October. This much in November. In one whole day, I have to do this things. So you have to make your to-do list. Okay, and you have to set reminders that it will ping you. You have to do this right now. You have to do this right now. You have to do this right now. This is what the things. And then delegation. You have delegated your studies into the months, into the days, into the weeks. Okay, and you have to also take some rest time also in this your schedule, in your study timetable. You should also have your rest time. Okay, okay. So this is what you are planning with time management. We have seen, guys. And you have to do the smart studies, not the donkey study. You have to do the smart study. You have to make yourself study with the smartness. Okay, so the things which you will give, which will provide you more benefit, you have to go with that. So you have to do the smart study. Okay, and after having the regular studies, you will come to know which chapter is which chapter is more difficult, which is less difficult, which is more easy for you, which you have to practice more, which you have to practice less. This is what the results after the regular studies. And at the time of revision, you can take care of that. That is what all about smart studies. Okay, and you can divide the time after the regular studies. As this chapter is more difficult for me, so I will give it more time. As this chapter is less difficult for me, so I will give it less time. This is what how you will plan these studies. Okay, okay. So this is what, when you are doing planning with time management, so these are the points which you have to consider. That is what, write a to-do list, budget your time to make the most of it. Yes, you have to budget your time to make most of it. You have to divide your time in such a manner that you are utilizing your time in an optimum way. Okay, create a life schedule. You have to create a schedule. Exercise to clear your head in between study and sessions. Please make it clear when you have to do what, and allow time for planning to avoid repetition. Yes, there should be no repetitions. There should be a clear timetable. So, as Unacademy says, let's crack it, guys. So, with this planning and time management, let's crack it your CA Foundation exam in first attempt. Okay, guys. Then, the important thing for a student while doing the studies is self notes. And I always encourage students to have self notes, as nowadays you are doing the online studies in your home, so we are not able to see your writing or not, but it is your responsibility to make a note. As always, not a teacher will tell you please write it, please note down, please write it. It is you that you have to make your self notes. As sometimes what is happening, guys, some of the things which some students are able to understand, but some students are not able to understand, so what they are doing, they are writing it in their own language. What I was to do is, when I was studying, when I was doing my studies for executive and many more things, so what I used to do is ki, if I am not able to understand the things, if I am not able to remember the things, what I do is I write it down in my own language. If I am comfortable in Hindi, I will write it in Hindi. If I am comfortable in Kannada, I will write it in Kannada. Anything, whatever the language is. But make sure you have to note it down in your preferable language, in your convenient language, so that whenever you will do the revision, whenever you will revise it, so it will be like you will remember after reading that. So you have to make your self notes. And self notes are the best thing to do the revision at the time of exams. Short notes. So in economics, I used to write, and I make students also to note down it. So that at the time of exam, they are having a proper sequence of all the chapter, and I used to teach in sequence only. So they should have a proper sequence of all the chapters with the proper notes. So they will be able to revise it at the time of exams. And anything if they are not able to understand it, if anything they are not able to getting, if anything if they are not able to get it from the notes which they have written, so immediately they can go to module or the notes which they are having. So these are the helpful things which will help you a lot at the time of exams. So only you will consider only that things which are difficult. So only you will study that thing from modules and notes which are difficult for you, which you are not able to understand from the self notes. Apart from that, the things which are very easy, so you will be able to study from the self note itself. And now I will tell you how to create your self notes. See, I have taken some examples. The students who are studying economics, they know we are having types of price elasticity of demand. So when you will see this concept in your notes or in your modules, it is all about 2 to 3 pages. All types of price elasticity of demand. But what I have done here, I have written all the price elasticity of demand in one single chart, in one single diagram, as you can see. As you can revise it very quickly at the time of exam. And it consists all of the things. This types of price elasticity of demand chart consists all of the single things about the topic. So at the time of exam, you can open this and you can revise and you can go and you can solve all the questions regarding elasticity of demand. So this is what how you have to make the notes. And see how I have used the colorful pens. So you can also use the colorful pens, guys, for making it more attractive. And having a colorful vision makes you more interested for doing the studies. Okay, it is exciting. See, I have taken one more example, that is what change in demand and variation in demand. The whole of the topic is in this single chart. The whole topic variation and change in demand is in this single chart. And if you will go in module or if you will go in the notes, it is all about 2 to 3 pages. But here, with the graph, with the explanation, it is here in the single graph. And you can attend my lectures to know about this. As I have teach this in my lectures and I have also drawn this graph in front of you in the live sessions. So you can attend it. All the recorded lectures are there. You can go and you can attend it. And you will come to know how to draw this. Okay. As you can also see how I have drawn the schedule of TUMU and I have written all the relationship of TUMU beside it. And in that same page, I have drawn the graph also for relationship of TU and MU. So in the same page, I am having the schedule also, I am having the relationship stages also, and I am having the graph also. See how these short notes are, these self notes are so much important. And it will help you so much, guys, at the time of exams. Believe me, it will help you a lot for having a quick revision. Okay, guys. So hope so you guys have understood how to make self notes. And if you have any kind of doubt regarding this, please let me know. And the last one and the most important thing is, guys, MCQ practice. MCQ practice is the most important thing for the objective paper. According to me, if you want to crack CA foundation in first attempt, so the MCQ practice is the most important thing for objective papers. As do your regular studies first, then do your first revision, and after that start MCQ practice. Chapter wise, mix questions. After every chapter, what you have to do first? First, you should have a regular study. And after having regular studies, I will tell you how to solve MCQs. After having the regular studies, what you have to do is, as you have done your regular studies, so after that, after revising every chapter, you should solve the MCQ for that particular chapter. For example, if you have revised theory of demand, so solve MCQ for theory of demand immediately after the immediately after the revision. As you have revised theory of demand, immediately after that solve the MCQ for theory of demand, and do it for every chapter. The more you will practice for MCQ, there will be more clarity. As sometimes the things which are not clear in the regular studies, it will make you clear in the MCQ practice. As sometimes when we are solving ample of MCQs, and when we sit in the exam, sometimes the same MCQs are there. So it is like very easy to tick the correct answer. It is very easy to tick the correct answer, as you know, as you have done the practice, as you have solved the MCQs. And as having the MCQ practice, you will also come to know which types of question can be asked, how the questions have been framed, which topic can be asked, and which topic is having which kind of MCQ. That is what you will come to know with the MCQ practice, guys. And believe me, MCQ practice will give you the best. And if you are thinking, ki ma'am, objective paper is there, it is very easy, we will do it like this only. No. You cannot do it here. Jai Mata Di, Akkad Bakkad Bambebo. You cannot do this here, guys. You have to be very particular. I think MCQ paper is more dangerous than as compared to subjective paper. As there you can write 1 or 2 lines, as you will get half marks or 1 marks. But here, if you are not knowing the correct answer, you are not able to get the marks. You will be not able to get the marks. The whole 1 mark will be deducted. And apart from that, you are having the negative marking also for 0.25. So MCQs are not easy, guys. You have to practice a lot. And as much you will have the practice for MCQ, you will be one step ahead to clear your CA foundation exam in first attempt. So this is what the general plan, how to plan your studies. This is what the general plan, how to plan your studies for December 2021 CA foundation exams, basically for economics and BCK. And soon, guys, I will be there with the weightage of the topic and what are the important topics to study and how to solve MCQs, how to give your exams. I will be there with that videos also. So stay connected with me for having the latest updates regarding all this. Hope so I was very clear with this and I was able to suggest you how to plan studies, and I'm hoping that all you will follow this strategy for planning your studies for having CA foundation exams, for giving CA foundation exams. You all will follow this strategy. And guys, if you will follow this strategy very regularly and seriously, believe me, guys, you will be able to crack CA foundation exam in first attempt, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, and I want your feedback for this session in the comment box below. Until now, if you have not installed the Unacademy's app, go and install Unacademy's app from the Play Store and go for the plus and iconic courses. Okay, and go for the plus and iconic courses, as you will have many benefits from this plus and iconic courses. And if you want to enjoy the subscription discount, use the code Prachi10, guys. Okay, plus and iconic courses will give you the maximum benefits. And the most important thing which Unacademy provide you is that you can choose your educator after subscribing the plus and iconic courses. Okay, guys. So as I have told you my timetable also, every day I'm there on YouTube live at 11 a.m. on our channel CA Foundation English, and on special classes also at 3:30 p.m. sharp. Okay, guys. So, guys, okay, I will end up here, and it was a great session, and hope so you all will follow this. And should we have a recap for this? Quickly, we will have a recap for this, and I will take a leave from you all, guys. Okay. So again, I want to tell you this. Nothing is going to be hard. Hard It's going to be, sorry, it's going to be hard, but hard does not mean it is impossible. Okay? It's going to be hard, but it does not mean it is impossible. So, guys, as you all know, we have planned for BCK and economics. You have to keep four things in mind: objective paper, 120 minutes, 100 MCQ, and negative marking. Key elements: seriousness, regularity, planning with time management, self notes, and MCQ practice. Okay, so guys, with this, I'm going to end this session, and I will suggest you to follow this strategy for having the best output for clearing the CA foundation exam. So good luck guys for your exams, good luck guys for your study preparations, and all the best guys for your study plan and for your CA foundation attempt. And start your studies guys from right now. Okay? So I, Prachi Paliwal, will take a leave now. Okay guys, take care. Tada, bye bye. See you soon. Okay guys, bye bye. And drop your suggestions also. If you want to give any kind of suggestion regarding any other video which I should take for you guys, so please let me know. Okay guys, take care. Tada, bye bye.